Welcome back to Lybled, the podcast where we explore ideas to help you lead a better and more fulfilling life. I'm your host, Stephane Dadjo, and today we are diving into a powerful topic: how to take corrective actions and start making the right decisions to achieve your desired quality of life. Whether you're feeling stuck or simply looking for a way to improve, this episode is going to offer you practical insights to help you move forward. So let's get started. The first point we are going to talk about is how to identify the gaps. The first steps in taking corrective actions is understanding where things are going wrong. Ask yourself these few questions, for instance. What areas of my life feel unbalanced or unsatisfying? What habit, behavior, or mindsets are holding me back? What patterns keep repeating that I may need to break? Could things be the way they are because of the way that I think? What one thing can I make different that will turn things around for the greater good? Identifying these gaps is crucial because you can't fix what you don't recognize. So reflecting honestly can be tough sometimes because it's like looking into a mirror and having to face the reality, which is you. I like to say that it is easy to criticize other people, but it's actually way difficult to look into the mirror and criticize yourself. But that's something that you have to do. The second point is set clear goals. Once you have identified your pain points, it is time for you to set clear and actionable goals. Here's how you can make them more effective. Mark this down. Always be specific. For instance, instead of saying, I want to be healthier, try, I will exercise for 30 minutes 3 times a week. Okay? Because you have to add actions to your thoughts, or better yet, actions to whatever it is that you are aiming to do. Make them measurable. That's the second point. Okay? You have to track your progress in order for you to stay motivated. Because the thing is, if you don't track your progress, then at some point you're going to feel like you're not moving forward, that you are being, stagnant. You have to have some KPIs and you have to measure them. That's the must. So as you can see, it does not just apply to, to our corporate world or better yet professional life. It also applies to our personal lives. The third point is keep them realistic. Ambitious goals are great. It's great to have a lot of big dreams and so on. But you have to ensure that they are achievable within your current circumstances. Otherwise, you're going to feel frustrated because you're going to feel like whatever you're trying to achieve never gets you anywhere, but yet never actually turned into something, concrete. Step up point number 3. You have to take actionable steps. It is very crucial to walk the talk, like they always say. Goals without actions are just dreams. But here's how you can start moving. Point number 1, break big goals into small steps. Small wins will always build your momentum. And when you surf on that momentum, you will then end up realizing or better yet achieving that big goal. Okay. Point number 2, focus on consistency over intensity. You cannot sustain what happens overnight simply because there is no credible, or better yet, there is no strong foundation to it. Sustainable progress beats rapid bursts of effort on any given day. The third point, you need to learn to embrace discomfort. Growth happens when you step outside of your comfort zone. A lot of you guys are aware of that. But quite often, it is quite hard to step out of that comfort zone, especially if, for some of us, or better yet, for those of us who have achieved certain things that we believe is success. Therefore we become comfortable in that place of believed success. There's always going to be something within you that will tell you that, something isn't adding up, something is missing. That's when you know that you are in your comfort zone, because the growth factor is no longer there. Now, the step number 4, course correction. No journey is perfect. I want to let you in on that. You're going to start something, and better yet, you're going to set yourself onto doing something. And when you start doing that, there are going to be days when, you might not be able to keep yourself on track. Whether it's because you are feeling tired, whether it's because you are facing a challenge, whether it's because you are having a roadblock, you need to understand that setbacks are part of the process. Okay? The key is learning to adapt when things don't go as planned. And frankly speaking, in life, well, let's just say, quite often things don't go as planned. Therefore, you have to prepare for the unplanned. Ask yourself, what if something goes wrong, or better yet, what went wrong? Okay? And why? What adjustments can I make moving forward? How can I stay accountable to my goals? Why do I keep facing the same roadblocks? What one thing can I change about my approach? Or better yet, my perception that will change the whole dynamic. Remember that failure is not the end. It's a feedback when you allow it to be. Each challenge is an opportunity to refine your approach. If you consider it that way, or better yet, if you let it be an opportunity. Okay? Step up point number 5. You have to build a support system. Listen, this is something that is not, a given to everyone. Sometimes you have that naturally, and sometimes, you have to kind of build it yourself. Okay? Because achieving lasting change is easier with the right support. That's why you have to surround yourself with people who can encourage you and challenge you at the same time. People who won't necessarily tell you what is sweet melody to your ears, but those who will tell you what you need to hear, because that will trigger the growth factor. You have to remember that accountability is a powerful motivator, and those people will keep you grounded in that accountability factor. So to recap, you have to identify your gaps. You have to set clear goals. You have to take actionable steps. You need to adjust when it's needed. And you have to build a strong support system. Remember this: unless you want it bad enough, and unless you are willing to go the extra mile for it, it will remain words. And that's that.